Greetings. Welcome to our webinar today for engineering service providers entitled How to Speed Up Poll Data Collection and Deliver Accurate Results. I'm Brett Willett, Senior Vice President of Product here at Ike GPS, and I'll be your host for today's session. Looking quickly at the list of attendees, we've got a fantastic turnout, and it's great to see everyone joining us. Today we're talking to you engineering service providers that serve both communication and electric utilities. So on behalf of us at Ike GPS, thank you for joining us today. We're going to be diving into the world of poll data collection and data management, a topic that is central and crucial for the successful execution of design and inspection projects within your firms and organizations. Today, I'm honored to have several esteemed industry experts joining us to share their insights and experiences. First, let me introduce Vincent Cioci, Chief Executive Officer of Grove, who brings a wealth of knowledge and firsthand experience delivering surveying, engineering, and construction services into and for telecommunication and electric utilities. Vincent, it's a pleasure to have you joining us today.
Thank you, Brett.
And we also have Spencer Hankin with us today, who has deep expertise in outside plant aerial engineering, including fielding poles in very remote areas, building pole load analysis, managing field teams, and overseeing field design projects from start to finish. Currently, Spencer is our Senior GIS Manager here at Ike. And Spencer, it's great to see you again.
Thanks, Brett. Glad to be here.
Likewise. I think we've got a good team here to kind of go through this webinar, so I think we're going to have some fun throughout the webinar today. We're really going to be targeting and talking about the challenges associated with traditional methods of fielding poll data, and then diving into some practical strategies for overcoming, that mix of challenges that we're witnessing kind of firsthand. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into our discussion. So Vincent, I'm going to kind of throw this your way to get us started.
Yes, sir.
You've got a long history of working with electric utilities and telecommunication companies, helping them in a number of ways, including with poll data acquisition and management processes. So maybe first of all, let's make sure you spend a second and tell us a little bit about Grove and its history. But then I'd love for you to take a couple of minutes and really, I'd love to get your thoughts on our topic today around field data acquisition and data management. What are the challenges associated with those topics as it relates to Grove? How are you seeing that impacting your customers? And then in general, what is that doing and how is that impacting the industry at large? So maybe I'll let you go ahead and if you wouldn't mind comment on all that.
Of course. Thank you, Brett. Thank you for having me today and for giving Grove the opportunity to share some of the qualities that give us a competitive edge in this sector. So to start, Grove is a digital infrastructure and network connectivity company specializing in utilities engineering and construction on a national level. But that's not where we began. We founded back in 2008. We started as a regional subcontractor, but over the years, really perfected our craft, and we experienced rapid growth starting in 2020, a time when many companies unfortunately were shutting down due to the pandemic, but that showed us the need for high-speed internet. It became apparent as students and employees shifted to an at-home environment. So since then, we've introduced multiple products and services, grown our employee base by 20 times, and seen over a 30-fold increase in annual revenue. So today, Grove as it stands, we have clients from coast to coast across various subsectors of the larger utilities industry, obviously each with their unique challenges. I would say the primary challenge our customers face is the inability to collect quality data quickly. Surprisingly, many companies still use outdated methods like height sticks for measurements, which are prone to user error and recollects, as we all know. This physically demanding process and the threat of timeline extensions due to recollects are significant roadblocks, in my opinion, and I would say in a lot of other people's opinion as well. Another challenge we face and our customers face in the industry is training quality candidates to replace, I would say, an aging workforce in the telecommunications and utility space. Finding and training new employees in outdated data collection methods it's a huge barrier, honestly. So our clients in the industry want to move fast, generate revenue quickly, but they lack the foundation to meet the demands. They have aging employees who are resistant to change, and with new federal funding from the Infrastructure Act, such as BEAD and before that CAF and BPO, they are playing catch up with innovators who adopted technologies early on. So,
yeah, that's really great insight. I mean, it seems like there's just a lot of issues converging, on us
absolutely.
all at once, right? So,
Yep.
From an engineering firm perspective, it's like the opportunities are all there, but
Absolutely.
how do you appropriately and smartly scale your business profitably while also making sure that your customers can be successful? So
Absolutely.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah, a lot going on. So let me go ahead and read the poll question. What is your organization's biggest challenge? Please select from one of the options in the poll, or go ahead and feel free to add your answers to the chat. Is it fielding time and costly recollects? Is it team safety, data accuracy, labor costs, back office processes? Or again, if there's something else that you're witnessing and experiencing in your organizations, we'd love to hear about that in the chat. So please go ahead and feel free to enter your answers. In the meantime, Vincent, let me come back to you with some of those challenges that
Yeah.
you laid out before. So what were some of the practical steps that Luck Grove undertook to address those? I guess I'd love to hear that from you.
Of course. So, Luck Grove's approach is to provide our clients with unfiltered access to our resources, experience, and technology. We have industry veterans training the next generation of professionals, creating a drive to innovate and excel, which is a huge key to our success. Our teams are spread nationwide, which is very helpful, ready to meet any client's challenges in any region. Our employees are skilled in every step of the engineering process, which keeps clients coming back. But our combined experience and desire to learn led us to innovate new products and solutions to ease our clients' pain points. We're always on the lookout for top tier tech, obviously like the Ike GPS, which has been crucial for our success. It allows us to impact our clients' time to market significantly, which again is a major barrier for them.
Yeah, so it's great to hear. Yeah, it's great that you're using technology to help you move smarter and faster. I guess it's the old adage about working smarter, not harder.
Of
Still
course,
really rings true.
it definitely
And
resonates. Yeah,
and it is great to hear that Ike has been such an instrumental piece of your
huge.
strategy. Um,
Absolutely.
so speaking of Ike, so Spencer, I'm going to pull you into the conversation here. Um, so can you highlight any cost savings, time reductions that can be achieved through purpose-built data collection? How can that impact both safety as well as work execution and performance? What's some of your thoughts?
Yeah, so the first point I want to highlight is this is the Ike device right here. It's a small handheld Android-based device that one person can easily operate. Now, you mentioned earlier my least favorite word in the whole world, which is a Hastings stick. I started my career fielding with a 50-footer, and it was terrible trying
Yep.
to cross the road with that. It's not only is it just cumbersome and slow to work with, but it's also just dangerous to have one person holding that. And then on top
100%.
of that, yep, you're writing things down on a clipboard. You're carrying all the laser and the rangefinder, everything's separate. So we took all of that and we put it all into this one nice contained box. So a single person field team just running this. And I'll show you a little later in the demo what that actually looks like. But the really nice thing is you don't need to have that outside plant knowledge in the field. So you have the fielder, and their job is really just to maintain their speed and maintain their safety and collect really good, highly accurate data. While in the back office, that's where all the analysis happens. That's where all the work is done. That's where all the outside plant, all that institutional knowledge that takes years and years to obtain and train up. All of that is brought back to the office where the technicians in the office can be safe and productive and as efficient as possible. Something else that's nice about the Ike device is you don't have to physically bring the device into the office to upload the data. Now, back when I was running a field team, we would have all the fielders in every Friday, and it would just be a 3-hour-long upload party where we're just uploading off the SD cards and we're hanging out and not getting too much work done. So with the Ike device, the fielders are uploading every night after work. They're not taking time out of the field to come back into the office.
Yeah, and Spencer, what's your thoughts from a safety perspective? How does the Ike help or using the device? What can that do?
So the device makes it really easy to be in the field. It makes it so the fielder is not worried about carrying all these different pieces of equipment. Everything's on the Ike device itself. And something I want to highlight that's a big deal for me is when you're collecting those midspans, with the Hastings stick, usually I was out there, with 2 people. One person's job is to stop traffic and hold the cone and get the cars to see you and stop. And the other person's job is to quickly shimmy that, pull up, get the height, and get out of that street as fast as possible. Now with the Ike, you don't have to do that. You can get the midspan from the safety of the sidewalk without ever having to enter the right of way. So just eliminating that entire going into the street aspect is just a huge improvement for all field safety.
Yes, excuse me. Vincent, what's your thoughts on that front?
No, absolutely. I completely agree with Spencer. And, many times field engineers don't have the luxury to be out with another person and they're out there by themselves. So, stopping traffic or dodging cars is definitely not a game you want to play out there. So the Ike obviously completely eliminates that process of a dangerous process. Also the amount of times, touching the pole, poles can be energized, situations like that. So, being able to take accurate measurements away from the pole itself is also definitely another big added safety benefit to the Ike, I would say. So.
Yeah, that's great perspective from you guys. Vince, I guess just come back maybe with a related or a subsequent question. So when you were evaluating technology and investing in technology or making technology choices, how has that impacted the efficiency that Luck Grove's efficiency in its pursuit and delivery of customer projects and engagements? I guess maybe can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. Absolutely. So, we've searched high and low to find the best products and technology to help us succeed. It's definitely one of our core principles to getting the best product as quickly and efficiently as possible to our customers. We have a team of employees that are literally just dedicated to adopting new technologies to improve the overall efficiency of the company. But while technology is important, the people behind the tech, we would also say, play an equally significant role. Luck Grove is constantly in motion. So when one of our employees needs support, having a reliable partner like Ike, you guys, makes a world of difference to us. So, ever since we partnered with Ike, we have essentially been able to eliminate the need for other similar products, unless, of course, specifically requested by a client. Obviously, we're pitching you guys though first in every situation, but the Ike device is easy to use. The Ike Office, back office solution, and the Pole Foreman software are equally user-friendly. The hardware of the Ike device used by our employees is, I would say, unparalleled in its ease of use. It's, again, going back to the barrier to entry situation, just, it's very easy to train someone who is industry adjacent into learning how to become a field engineer or telecommunications engineer. It's as simple as Spencer was saying, it's as simple to use as a smartphone. So it allows new professionals to use it with minimal training. When the data is collected and brought into the back office, the software for Ike Office and Pole Foreman is so well designed that it allows our employees to identify issues immediately. And while unfortunately we all run into them, recollects, and it's usually due to human error, we're not perfect. The Ike allows same-day uploads, just like Spencer was touching on. So, this means our field professionals can return to recollect data the next day while still in the market, rather than addressing issues after the current project is concluded. So at every step of the process and in every facet of Ike's hardware and software, we have extracted immense value. I would say Ike was the missing puzzle piece, for our meteoric rise. And, without strategic partnership early in our growth, we definitely would not be where we are today without Ike. So
yeah, that's fantastic to hear. Obviously, Ike's mission is to really help you guys optimize your business processes, really driving that, field to finish processes and process
Absolutely.
automation, and really starts organically with field data capture and then giving that life and longevity in terms of just being able to deliver downstream. So
100%.
yeah, so I'm going to tease a little bit. So stay tuned. I'm going to tell everyone in the audience here, stay tuned for a quick demo of Ike Office Pro and Ike Pull Foreman by Spencer. But in the meantime, I want to bring up our second poll question, and which is asking if you'd like a tailored demo for your organization. So you can let us know yes, if what you've heard about the device in the field and using Ike Office Pro is of interest. Let us know if you'd like a demo of Ike Office Pro. Vincent, you touched on Ike Pull Foreman. Again, it's really optimized around defendable and ease of use, pull load, and structural analysis. If your organization is interested in a demo of Ike Pull Foreman, you can let us know. If you want to see both, obviously we'd love to give you, coordinate a demo with your teams and with your organization for a demo. And if the timing's not ideal, you can also let us know that the timing's not right for you if now is not the time for a demo. So go ahead and if you could please provide your responses, and then I'm gonna come back around. Spencer, I'm gonna put you back in the spotlight here. So I was just mentioning, we were talking a lot about process delivery and back office engineering and pull loading. How does Ike help automate those processes and eliminate some of the manual tasks associated with them?
Great, so this is my favorite part. Let me walk through what that collection looks like from start to finish using the Ike technology. So here I have a quick video to show what this looks like from the field to the back office. This is a fielder working with an Ike device, so you can see handheld device, pretty small, pretty easy to walk around with, not carrying a big stick or any pencils or paper or clipboards. It's all contained right on that device itself. So I'll just kind of walk you through what that collection looks like on the actual screen of the Ike device itself. So this is the field and collection form that this fielder is using. This one's based on Pull Foreman. It's just the Pull Foreman database, and it's going to be structured so the fielder can collect all the necessary information. So we'll start by going to the base of the pole and collecting a quick tag photo. This is just a simple basic photo of the information at the base of the pole. And then they just move down through the form. So collecting some basic information, the pole type, the owner, then we'll grab a GPS point while they're standing there. After they finish that, they'll move on through the form. And in this case, they're just going to add a quick note here. We can add any additional fields that are needed. So if there's something that's not part of a PLA integration, that can be added to the form as well. And then the fielder is going to walk away from the pole to take the Ike photo, which I'm going to show you in the back office in a minute here. It's a really important part of our process. They're going to line it up and take that calibrated image there. That image is going to allow us to measure all the heights of attachment on that pole. But all that magic happens in the back office. The fielder is not worried about collecting any heights when they're out in the field. And then finally, they're just going to capture the bearing on the anchor here. If there's any equipment, they would collect that as well, but this pole doesn't have any equipment attached. So after collecting the anchor there, that's all that's needed to finish out that collection. Notice how they didn't have to do any wire identification. They didn't have to measure any heights. They simply had to just safely collect some really good photos and get some basic information around the base of the pole.
That's fantastic. Yeah, Spencer, I think it's, you kind of touched on it. The forms are configurable. So if it's, not Ike Pull Foreman that they need to deliver into, but some other downstream pull loading application or some other design tools or systems, all of that's configurable within the Ike Office environment.
Yeah, exactly. So speaking of the Ike Office environment, here we are in Ike Office Pro. This is what the collection looks like when it comes in straight from the field. So you're going to have this Ike image here, and we can start by adding a base marker to it. So I'm just going to put this little tag here right at the base of the pole where the pole meets the ground. And then just to demonstrate what the height process looks like, I can add a tag here and notice how when I go up and down on the pole, the height of that tag is moving to show exactly all the heights on that pole. And in the interest of time here, I'll skip ahead to show what that looks like when it's completed. So you can see all the wires, the equipment, the communication, it's all been tagged here. And it's been tagged in a way that it's integrating with the pole forming database. So the fielders are using all that information in the database to appropriately tag the pole. And once I go through and I finish my circuit, in this case, I have 3 poles that are in this run, I can go ahead and select them all, and then I can export them to Ike Pole Foreman. So to do that, select the poles, and I'll run the export tool here. That's just going to produce a file that I can open up in the Ike Pole Foreman application. So I navigate over here to Ike Pole Foreman and open up that exported file. And now you can see those 3 poles are now available for me right here in Pole Foreman. I can click on any of the 3 different poles and I can see all the attributes. And if I need to change any information, I can do that. But let me show you the 3D view so you can trust that everything came in. All right, so there it is. Those are those poles coming straight from Ike Office. So notice how all the hard work, all the labor was done in Ike Office, and then the exports run, and now I have all that information right here straight to Ike Pole Foreman.
Yeah, that's great. Thanks, Spencer. It really does show, you know, the seamless capabilities across the Ike stack and the Ike products to deliver really a good user experience. So appreciate that. And I guess with that, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start winding down and I'm going to bring our webinar to a close. So as we've been discussing throughout our time today, there's a wide range of challenges that are confronting the industry. You know, relative to field data capture and data strategies. So choosing a trusted technology partner like Ike with these field to finish capabilities really enables engineering firms like Luck Grove to be strategically differentiate themselves and to deliver optimal business outcomes. So on behalf of Ike, I'd like to thank Vincent, Spencer, and you for joining us today. Please be sure to find us online at ikegps.com and follow us on LinkedIn for all the latest news and announcements. And with that, thank you and have a great day.